comics are stupid.
No Harry Potter movie is good.
And you're like, give me the Snyder Cut. Oh, sorry, just walk in front of you here. Gonna put my popcorn down. Oh, sorry, gotta put this here.
Universal needs to sue Sony.
Hey, I'm an idiot. I was fired from Fox. Let me go.
I'd like actually to see Venom just crush Spider-Man.
Hello everyone, so I'm back today and I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Bad Batch Episode 3. I think it's called Replacements, I'm pretty sure. So, there's a lot to talk about in this episode, specifically when it comes to Omega's relationship, which we kind of talked about last time, and I think a lot of it holds true continuing on to this episode. But the other thing I wanted to talk, and I'll get to obviously into that in a minute, but the other thing I want to talk about was this kind of Empire aspect, because we actually got to see more of this Empire aspect, the Crosshair and all this stuff. So, the first thing is Crosshair and the whole, I guess the political idea around the troopers and all that stuff when it comes to Tarkin, right? And he's trying to prove that man-made, essentially, clone force can do the work, which I thought was, a very interesting way for them to go about it. They also brought in the Admiral dude from the the first episode or something, one of the episodes. And yes, that happened as well. And so yeah, it was interesting. And the other thing I completely forgot was we saw Death Troopers. Yeah, so those things. So Crosshair now will be a part of the Death Trooper squad, right? We saw those Death Troopers in Rogue One and the other things with Star Wars. And I think getting to see the Death Troopers again is going to be a really good kind of change, because obviously they're a super cool squad and we only got to see them in TV a few times. Now the other thing this show has done, right, is it's being weird, where it feels like it's falling into the Mandalorian thing, and I wonder if that's going to be how all these Star Wars shows are, for the most part, because if you look at it, Mandalorian, what happened with the Mandalorian? What was each episode? So each episode was, of course, relating to a kid and a grown military adult figure, and they would be trying to get to a final goal, or they wouldn't be in this case, I guess, and they would just have these pit stops along the way. Each episode being some inconvenience, be that crashing onto a planet or whatever the case may be, right? And I think that if this, I really hope it doesn't fall into this continuous trap of next episode it's going to be about them landing somewhere else and having to help people or do something, right? And it just continues on like that, like The Mandalorian did. Because I feel like, yeah, that worked for The Mandalorian, but if every Star Wars show starts doing it, then you have a problem in terms of maybe even The Mandalorian success, right? Because then suddenly people are less inclined to, be enjoying. Like The Mandalorian, it works. And there's no issues with them using that kind of structure for their show. But if every other show uses it, then suddenly that structure seems repetitive, outside of that show, and then it could affect what people think of the show. Now, the other aspect of things I wanted to talk about in regards to this show is Omega, because Omega is actually being a really good character. You really felt the human side of her throughout this show, and even when it comes to her being the negotiator, right? And we still haven't figured out what her special genetic skill is. We don't know what it is. I thought it would be a healer because she worked with the Camino people and she tried to, she was helping people like that, so I thought that would be her skill. But we don't actually know what it is yet. But she did manage to save the day from those energy-sucking dragons, which seem like the ones from from Tatooine, from The Mandalorian, the energy ones, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what they look like. And so, yeah, but I mean, that was the kind of big part. That was the show, actually. And I thought it was a good show. It was a good episode. They, gave us some more depth into these characters. Crosshair, being kind of in unstoppably evil, and them talking about how they're going to get back Crosshair. You kind of know where the show's going in terms of the end and how it's going to ended because they, of course, the Camino people, the Prime Minister Camino needs the clones back, so we know how that's going to go, and we know exactly what they're going to do there. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the show down below. did you enjoy this episode? Are you enjoying the show so far? Please let me know down below. I'm interested to hear what you think. And, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts. Follow us on social media, on Twitter, where I'm a bit more active on the Comic Boys Twitter. And all that stuff, everything's in the description. And, of course, see you next time. Bye.